Hey, good morning, guys. It's Goose here. Welcome to STN Stock Talk with Ricky and myself. Hope you guys are feeling great. I know I am. There is a ton of stuff out there as we jump into the earnings season again. As Ricky said yesterday, it feels like it just ended and we're back. Pretty crazy, right, Ricky?
It is, man.
So anyway, just want to remind you guys that nothing we're talking about every day is any type of solicitation. What we're looking to do is just give you guys a couple thoughts on some of the movers, some of the ideas that we have, some unique, thoughts here and there on some of these lower price ones. Ricky does an amazing job with some of the homework. Hope you guys are appreciating it. And if you are, make sure you're telling your friends about us. Come check us out at stocktraders.net as well, guys. We have a free trading floor over there. There's no reason not to join. Pop in the free trading floor and get to know a couple people, see if it's a community that fits for you, as well as send us messages and ask us some questions about it. Because on the premium side, there's some really cool features from screen sharing and discounts and all kinds of webinars that we have going on and new things we're adding every day. So come check us out, guys. We do have a free trial over there for a few days as well. So with that being said, I'm going to turn it right over to Ricky. Just make sure you read the disclaimer below in the description area, and you know that nothing we're talking about is a solicitation. So let's turn it over to you, Ricky, and let's get going this morning and see what we got.
Thanks a lot, Goose. Welcome to Stock Talk, guys. It's me, Ricky Analog, inviting you guys over to stocktraders.net, where I know the thing I try to provide is the fundamental research, the DD on all the turds. And, I poke around on Twitter a lot, and I see a lot of misinformation, guys. And I really think that you can benefit, if not only just from coming over just to see like accurate DD, like real floats, not whatever you're getting off Trade Ideas or FinViz or what Twitter has to say. Most people are out there right now calling Intelsat or ticker symbol I low float, or not a low float, large float turd. And I mean, it couldn't be further from the truth. There's things about the company that make it a lot different than CNET or some of these other turds. But you guys need to come over and reap the benefits of the value we're trying to add. So that being said, guys, please share this stream anywhere you can: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, wherever else you think eyes will get on it. So let's pop on to the watch list, get my charts up. And first thing on the list is Netflix. And this is a earnings gapper. We're flirting with a 52-week breakout right now, guys. Which is it looks promising. They increased their subscription numbers, which was the big number to look for them. And after the big pullback on the market correction, let me make this chart a little bigger so we can just look at the daily. You can see what we had here was when it pulled back with the rest of the market. A lot of these strong companies are the ones that a lot of people were looking to buy because they know, they have good business models, good numbers, and they're not going anywhere. So they're safer buys, right? So a lot of people got in on these dips. And when we had this push up, you see this big pullback here just the other day, right before earnings. It's like, man, what a setup for a good long. When it pops finally over this level, boom, straight to these previous 52-week highs. We're flirting with it. I'm actually looking for this thing to show breakout with strength. So what we're looking for is it to bust through that roof and then get a bit of a pullback where it can show that it will hold that level. Now, if it doesn't, if the market's heavy or whatever today, there's always the possibility of catching a fade on this as well, because it is up a decent amount. So if it wants to keep that as the roof, as the resistance level, then we'll look for a lower high and some lower lows, and we'll put some risk against it. This is not my main watch, guys. And if you know me, you know why. The main watch right here is CNET. This is the play for me today, guys, and it's pretty much going to take all of my focus. And if you guys head over to stocktraders.net, I will be walking people through this trade, at least the way I see it and the way I'm playing it. So we covered this a few days ago because of the move up it was having. You can see it stuffed right at previous resistance, but now we've had a pullback and we're breaking out over that level. This should be a decently strong breakout, and I'm hoping for higher than we're at right now. The OS is 16 million. So I spent all morning, guys, reading their new 10K. Not a lot has changed as far as the share structure. They did do that offering in January, which I touched on in the last time we did CNET. So they're not hurting for cash. They raised 11 million in January from the offering. So you can't really go off their cash situation that they presented in their 10K. They still burn about 110K a month. there's no need for an offering. The offering was for 2 million shares at 515. There were 650,000 warrants at 660. So at the current levels it's at, guys, don't expect any dilution to kill this price move. Now, the interesting things that I took away from the 10K were they're trying to tout that they increased their revenues from last year to this year, 36% increase. But they also increased the net loss by 56% year over year, which is from the cost of revenue increasing by 56% as well. Basically, they spent a ton of money to lose more money. They went after some very low margin sectors. And if you ask me, that's not smart business at all. I'm not here to really act like their fundamentals or their financials are the reason for this move, though. So the 12 million float is probably going to be low enough to make this thing run. As you can see, we're already gapping up 70%, and my mouth is watering. It does have about 800,000 options underlying shares for options that have an average weighted price of 250. So those may hit the market at any time, but I would love to see a shove up to 5, guys. 550. That's when we're talking serious business. And you know, if we ever get up to the level where those warrants are at 660, I'm gonna be mortgaging the house so that we can put more money on this trade. That's it for me, guys. I'm gonna pass it back to Goose. I know he's got some good ones for you guys. Take it away, bro.
Hey, thanks a lot. Good job as always. I love CNET. I'll be licking my chops on this one as well, but I will be patient and let it push and let it do its thing. No reason to jump in on the front side, and just kind of be patient with it, guys. You know, these things have a tendency to squeeze. It gets real crowded. So let's see the action, but it is on my top watch as well on CNET. Just going to jump over to a few other long ideas that I have this morning. I want to jump into first CLDR. And what I'm looking at with CLDR is I kind of like the action on it yesterday off, as you could see, off this 1390 area. So, and on the daily, you could see, obviously we know there's a big gap here to fill. But what I'm looking at, I like how these last couple days, how the wicks look. Looks like it's getting bought up. And I'm looking for a breakout through this, 1420, but actually maybe even a little bit higher, 1430, 1450. But I'm going to look for an entry and risk reward type play off this 14 area. Maybe take at least a starter position in here using this 1390 area from yesterday. It held pretty much for most of the day from 10 o'clock on, and look for a push up towards 15. And I think if it starts clearing those levels and the market's strong, you could always get more room on this thing. So I think there's a lot of room for risk reward play. I don't need to chase it. This is going to be one that I'm going to make sure I'm positioning right, have a good out on, and make sure that I'm not just riding it back down into that 1350 or 13 and a quarter area. I'll take it out, revisit it if I want to. But I think this is kind of a key day for this name based on yesterday's lows of 1375. So CLDR definitely is on my watch today and seeing if it wants to clear that and start making up the gap there. I'm going to move over to ROKU for a second. Had some news regarding some ESPN deal. Now here we are with ROKU, and it's already pushed up on this 37 area pre-market. I drew a quick pre-market type of fib on this thing just to show you using the pre-market high off the close. And you can kind of see when I was talking about this 35 area, and you kind of see, also this was a resistance level. So I'm going to look at possibly, hoping for a long in this area. It's actually pretty close to there, but even more would be in this 3450 area. So both areas right now are very interesting to me. And what I'm looking for is a push up into this, 50-day, which would be 3750 to 38 area. And I think there's going to be a nice trade. It'll be nice, easy to join a trend on this thing. Market should be strong so far at the open. We'll see what happens, how it goes throughout the day, but at least we should get a little oomph. And one of the top things that I look for on something like this is just a morning imbalance that I get, I could grab. It was kind of on that, AA we saw one yesterday, made a nice trade off of. So, I mean, those are the type of things I'm looking for, is a really quick morning imbalance off the opening candle. See if I could pick some up down at 34.50, 35 would be a great entry. We'll see what happens. Lastly, I just want to jump into Navistar, NAV. What I'm looking for on the daily is this: it kind of cleared all the levels yesterday, cleared over the 200-day, cleared this area here and closed above it. Now I could trade off this $40 area. It's already up. When I wrote this, it wasn't up $1. It was kind of just, unchanged pretty much or so. But what I'm looking at is anywhere in the mid to lower 40s, I would love to try to buy it. I'm not sure it's going to go red on the day, so that's going to be a tough call. So I might just join a trend on this thing for some continuation and push up into this, 43 or 44 area, which is up in, 43 would be the old support area. So I think that we could have some nice continuation on this, and especially with the market helping it along. So that's what I have today. There's a lot out there, guys. As I told the guys in the pre-market, don't marry anything. Like if something's not working for you, or it's slow, or it's not doing what you thought, in my opinion, I'm going to kick those ideas and look for the next, because there's a ton out there. There's a lot to set up, and there's nothing worse than sticking with the same name and watching it all day long for it to do nothing. And you had 5 other perfect setups that are your type of setups that you could have hit. So be smart, wait for your trades, and make sure you're married to these, the losers and adding to losers. So let's have a great day today, guys. I'll turn it back to Ricky for a goodbye, and we'll see you tomorrow morning, 9:05.
Goodbye. No, just kidding, guys. Remember, come over to StockTraders.net, see what we're about. I'm telling you, I'm going to be all over this CNET today, guys. You're not going to want to miss this. That being said, if you don't have a plan, you don't have a trade, stay safe out there, preserve your capital. Let's go out there and crush it. Peace.